Hello class 11. In this video, I'm going to do some short questions with you from the story Karma. So please take out your class for copy and write down the short questions that I'm going to do today from the story. First, who was the writer of the prose Karma? Khushwant Singh is the writer of the prose Karma. Where was this published and when? This prose was published in the year 1989 in the Collected Stories. Next, who was Mohanlal? Mohanlal was the main character of the story Karma. Full stop. He was a middle-aged, arrogant man who always followed the British culture. What was the name of the Lady Lal? Name of Lady Lal was Lakshmi. Where was Mohanlal found for the first time in the story? Mohanlal was found for the first time in the first class waiting room of railway compartment. Next, how was the mirror in the waiting room? The mirror in the waiting room was partly broken and the red oxide at its back had come off at several places. Question number 7. For what was Savile Row famous? Savile Row, a shopping street in central London, was famous for making suits. What is Eau de Cologne? Eau de Cologne is a perfume produced in Cologne, Germany. Which college did Mohanlal's tie belong to? Mohanlal's tie belonged to Balliol College, a college under Oxford University. Koi hai? Who said this and to whom and why? Mohanlal said this to the bearer for a peck of hard drinks. What was Mohanlal doing in the waiting room? In the waiting room, Mohanlal was examining the mirror. Then he looked at himself at the mirror. Where was Lakshmi sitting? Lakshmi was sitting outside the first class waiting room on a steel trunk. Outside the waiting room, she was chewing with a leaf, fanning herself with a newspaper. Describe Lakshmi and her dress. Lakshmi was short, fat native woman and in middle 40s. She wore a dirty white sari with red border and had several ornaments on her body. Whom was Lakshmi talking to? Lakshmi was talking to a bearer whom Mohanlal called for. What is Zenana? Zenana is middle class train compartment only reserved for ladies. Where did Lakshmi stop? While following the coolie. And why? While following the coolie, Lakshmi stopped on the way by a hawker's stall to replenish her silver betel leaf case. Next. What did Lakshmi eat before the train's arrival? Before the train's arrival, Lakshmi ate a bundle of cracked chapatis and mango pickles. I am with my master, brother. Who said this? Who was the brother? Who was the master? Lakshmi said this. Here brother referred to the coolie and here master is referred to Mohanlal. What was Mohanlal's profession? Mohanlal was a vizier and a barrister by profession. Where did Lakshmi and Mohanlal live? Lakshmi lived in the upper story and Mohanlal lived on the ground floor. Why did Lakshmi's relatives not come to her husband's house? Lakshmi's relative did not come to her husband's house because her husband Mohanlal did not like her poor illiterate relatives hanging around the bungalow. In which compartment did Lakshmi travel and why? Lakshmi travels in the interclass Zenana compartment as she was a native woman and she did not know upper classes culture. Next, number 24. Why did Lakshmi thank God? Lakshmi thanked God for giving her the favor of finishing her meal. Next, question number 25. You will find in the PDF that it is written 26. There is one small typing error. It will be number 25 instead of 26. Please write the correct number in your class for copy. How much rupees did Lakshmi give to the coolie? Lakshmi gave the coolie a 2 anna bit. Where did Lakshmi used to put her rupees? Lakshmi used to put her rupees in the knot in her sari. How did Lakshmi prepare her 2 bitter leaves? Where did she sit in the compartment? Lakshmi prepared 2 bitter leaves charged with red and white paste, minced betel nuts and cardamoms. You are a bit all right, old chap. Who is referred to as old chap? Here old chap refers to Sir Mohanlal. Now I come to number 29. What was Mohanlal doing when the train arrived? When the train arrived, Mohanlal was drinking scotch and was relaxing. What is meant by tickety-boo? Tickety-boo means in good order or in perfect order. What was Mohanlal fond of? Mohanlal was fond of conversation on any matter like books, politics, etc. or many more. I have finished with it. What does it refer? Here it refers to the times. What for did Mohanlal become dismayed after entering the compartment? After entering the compartment, Mohanlal became dismayed to see no Englishmen there. What were the soldiers carrying on their back? The soldiers were carrying on their back their haversacks. Give the names of the 2 English soldiers. The name of 2 English soldiers were Jim and Bill. How was the 5 years of abroad of Mohanlal? 5 years of abroad of Mohanlal was crowded, glorious and far worthy than his time in India. By which name did the soldiers call Mohanlal? Soldiers called Mohanlal a nigger. You can also mention the nigger in quotes. What was soldiers' point of view to get Mohanlal out of the compartment? Soldiers called Mohanlal out as according to them the compartment was reserved only for the army men. Next, in which compartment were the soldiers entitled to travel? The soldiers were entitled to travel in the second class compartment, or the soldiers were entitled in the second class compartment to travel. What is meant by toodaloo? Toodaloo means see you later. How did the soldiers throw Mohanlal from the compartment? The soldiers threw Mohanlal from the compartment by arm and flung him out of the train. He rolled backwards, tripled on his bearings and landed off the suitcase. So students, in this video I have explained you that I have done short questions of karma with you. These short questions are really very important. Along with this video, you will get one PDF attached to this. Maybe the numbering is a little bit of problem, maybe in 2 places. Just find it out. But all the question answers are very important. There are as total as of 40 question and answers. Please write them in your classwork copy and submit your copy in time. Thank you. Hope you like the video and keep on reading English literature.